Hey, welcome to Barbershop Clips. This is a channel where you get to see really cool moments from the barbershop. I know the episodes are really long, but you can come here and enjoy really cool moments in short time as well. I hope you enjoy. How was COVID for you guys? COVID was very fundamentally structural for us because we went from like 2 to 20 post-COVID. Like we were like floundering around trying to figure out a bunch of things. But I think you guys have
Post-COVID or during, you mean?
2021 to 2023.
Yeah.
Got it. Those 2-3 years are very good.
2020 was the COVID.
Yeah.
2020
Yes.
March was COVID, right? In Pehla lockdown.
Correct. So we did a lot of things. We actually we followed you guys as a men's grooming company, and we followed you guys a little stupidly in the sense that we launched a lot of subcategories. हमको लगा था उसमें depth मिलेगा हमको. Hair oil, body washes, soaps, beard. We launched like a lot, but in men, we were not able to find depth in these subcategories as a new company. We were not able to, for whatever reason, we were not able to find the kind of depth you guys found. Market size पकड़ लो या फिर हमारा shaving की वजह से ability to kind of transcend into different. So COVID involved actually reducing and concentrating our focus on hair removal. So that is what kind of led to a lot of growth. But for you guys, how is COVID for you guys, and to get from there to, you know, to your IPO numbers, etc. How was that journey in terms of what did you do differently, calling 800 moms versus now running like a more large
That number
scale?
keeps increasing every year. That number would be around 1,500 right now. Not just limited to moms, but now the set
Personally,
that represents.
you do it personally?
Hanji?
You personally are talking to 1,500 moms as well?
Now I have a team who talks to them, but I ensure that I personally talk to at least 50 consumers every month. So that stays a constant. I ensure that I'm listening to what these 1,500 people are saying every single month. So that is also a constant. My direct interaction might be once in a quarter, where we are open, we have a 1 hour of Q&A, anybody can ask any kind of questions, share their feedback, talk about anything that they have. That stays constant. But yeah, because now the responsibilities increase, so you have to sort of balance it out.
Correct.
I think COVID, while it was an unfortunate period for us also, business-wise, turned out to be really good. And I think you can talk about the business part of it, but
Go ahead, talk about it.
the attitude that we had once COVID struck us actually made a lot of difference, which led to this journey. So 23rd March is when COVID hit us.
The first lockdown.
The first day. And you can see the numbers which were going up every month, starting to decline, and then also come to almost negligible.
Zero, because
and you're in shock. You're wondering what's happening and what's going to happen, and you can't even predict the future.
Yeah.
I think for 2-3 days we said this is happening to everybody. It's also happening to us. हम तो क्या कर सकते हैं? Okay. But it pinches you right in the heart that what's going on? How do we figure this out? And I remember Varun and I had this conversation saying, देखो, worst case पे बैठे, इससे खराब तो नहीं हो सकता. The only thing we can do is try and figure it out. So he actually went to, and उस time पे there were these special meetings that were being held, that they were categorizing, what's essential and what's non-essential, and hence what do we give permission to and what do we not give, because आपके साथ वाला किराना store was also closed. Everything was closed. So he said, I'm going to attend all of these meetings and I'm going to try and have a conversation, because baby care, baby range especially, is essentials. Why should a baby not get the products of choice and be forced to use products that they don't want to use? That's not okay. Matlab, you don't give us permission on anything else, but baby portfolio, we need the permission. And he went to this police station where the meeting was happening with a few. So there were all medical folks who wanted, permission to deliver, grocery folks who wanted food delivery, people are in different stress situations, so give us. And wahan pe, like I'm taking it away from you, but he was a part of that meeting, and he sat silently throughout the meeting because, of course, everybody had more important agendas to take care of. And towards the end of it, when he also said that we needed baby care, etc., उन्होंने जितने लोग रूम में बैठे थे ना, सबको permission दे दी to deliver essentials, and they all got categorized in essentials. And because we were there, because he was there, we also got the permission. So at that point of time, we actually learned the importance of just showing up. just because we showed up, we got that permission to deliver, to open our warehouse, to get back on our feet. And that was such an encouragement. Uske baad we doubled down.
Yeah.
We said we are going to ensure that we are able to deliver the orders, etc., etc. So that graph which was going down started moving up a little. And after that, working from home as well, right? Like people were so stressed at that point of time, and then you're not meeting fellow people or sharing any kind of good news. We started doing these video calls with our team just to engage, have like sessions like Booze Not Business with them online, right? So we are just sharing what's happening with our life, etc. And the team also got energized to take on more because they were sitting at home, everybody was getting bored, you cannot do anything else, so why not rather spend time here? I think that is what I'll leave the business part to you, but that's what set us off during that time.
And I think the second thing that we probably, which is what Ghazal was referring to, attitude, right? I mean, one was attitude of just showing up, right?
Yeah. It is so underrated though.
Oh, it is heavily underrated.
So underrated.
I think, what you refer to as luck, right? I would largely refer to as showing up. I think whenever I have shown up, right, my luck has just increased significantly. There is a very high correlation between being lucky and showing up for stuff, right? I mean,
my mentor in McKinsey had told me, and I'll let you come back to your point, where he had told me once, there's many times some clients or maybe either junior or maybe peripheral to the work or maybe not related at all, but they want to have a conversation. Someone has said, इससे जाके बात कर लो, and I'm like, यार दूर, like 10 kilometer दूर है. If they had 3-4 offices in Bombay, जाऊँगा, आधा दिन वेस्ट हो जाएगा. Like, what are you doing here that is more worthwhile than going and talking to this client? What if there is something you learn?
Yeah.
And I still remember that distinctly. That is so true, because 1 in 5 instances, there's a game-changing conversation you're able to have like this.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it works out.
Absolutely, right? And I think the second big attitude piece for us was, there was a very, in general, conservative and pessimistic atmosphere.
Correct.
Right? एक thinking जो थी वो इस चीज़ पे हो गई थी कि यार मतलब like saying no is easier than saying yes at this point of time, right? Conserve, right? And I remember we had a board meeting, I think towards May, and by then हमने April 5 को ये वाली meeting थी, ये वाली police station वाली meeting, right? तो वो passes मिल गए थे, 50 essentials passes, right? वो शाम को घर जाके तो है, we organized like a team meeting and virtually, and we communicated with the boss, we are back
on the feet.
And we will be allowed to now open. We have the essential passes. We can open our warehouses and we can start to operate. This is what?
April?
13 days after lockdown.
People forget. We have forgotten COVID so quickly. People forget what it was like.
Yeah.
It was like apocalypse
It
on the
was
road.
crazy.
Empty tha, yaar.
You can't even get out from your house on the road because if a police constable is there, they will fine you, right? Yeah. Kids had such a difficult time. What do they do the entire day at home?
And
it was
like just
people
going to
falling
these
sick in your family, and you don't know how crazy can it get. How scary was that?
Yeah, so like, but I mean, so going to these meetings and or drive करके जा रहे हो और मतलब at least 7-8 जगह आप रुके जाओगे और उन 7-8 जगह पे जो है वो फिर it is on an average a 10-minute conversation. So मतलब for अगर 12 बजे मीटिंग है और आधा घंटा दूरी है तो 2 घंटे पहले निकलता हूँ कि मतलब यार एटलीस्ट हाँ एटलीस्ट 1.5 घंटा तो रुकूंगा मैं और फिर वहाँ खड़े होकर उनको कन्विंस करो, मीटिंग का इनवाइट दिखाओ, जी बताओ किसके साथ मीटिंग है, कौन से एसीपी के ऑफिस जा रहे हो, कहाँ पे है, क्यों जा रहे हो, एटसेट्रा सारा कम्युनिकेट करो. बड़ी मुश्किल से जाके फिर वो मतलब अलाउ करते थे. बट कमिंग बैक टू दैट shift, right, in terms of attitude, I think the other thing that happened was कि वो जैसे 5 अप्रैल को खुल गया, right, तो हमने ऑपरेट करना शुरू कर दिया, right, we came back to some level in April, right, May में we actually started seeing things moving much faster than we imagined them to, right, because उस May में फिर सारे Amazon, Flipkart, सब platforms वगैरह भी खुल चुके थे और हमारी most categories, right, including our personal care essentials, right, shampoo, face wash, etc., were also kind of, falling in now essentials which the government was allowing through e-commerce. Right? So, at that point of time, we started suddenly seeing the number of people coming online had just significantly shot up, right? Because like people were at home, people were still looking for product. Time ज़्यादा था, right? और physical access बाहर जाने का था नहीं, right? वो भी time save हो रहा था, जो मतलब आप travel करते हो वो वाला, and devices were all around you, right? Thankfully, internet was still very much right.
Content consumption had
like shot up.
Had shot up.
TikTok चल रहा था.
Yeah, TikTok चल रहा था.
You have so much time at your hand, whatever, and you have so little to talk about or interact because there are no stories which are getting created.
You're saving so much money. You're saving money on fuel, holidays, restaurants, alcohol. All that money is getting saved.
So if you remember at that point of time, हम सब ने अपना खुद का ध्यान रखना, अपने family members का ध्यान रखना भी, we had dialed that up, right? We said we have to take care of our bodies, we'll work out, we'll sleep properly, we'll also do skincare more, we'll also take care of. So I think that had significantly shown up in the number of transactions that were happening online.
Correct.
And a lot of players had actually mellowed down, saying कि ये तो uncertain period है, cash conserve करेंगे, where we decided to go aggressive. And we said we will double down. Because consumers are consuming more content, let's show them more content, let's work even harder, let's talk to them and understand them even more. And those reflected in the number of transactions that were happening online as well.
Cliche है, but like वो मुझे भी याद है board meeting की पहली slide was Art and Sena का that quote, right, which is that you can overtake one car on a sunny day, but you can overtake 5 to 6 cars on a rainy day if you're bold enough.
Wow.
And so I mean, this was a rainy day, right? And we start by saying, hey guys, and it's raining.
Yeah.
There are very few people who are going to take the risk, right, of pressing that paddle, right, and saying कि boss मेरे को overtake करना है और मैं double down मारूंगा. And we are in a situation, right, where we are doing well. We have a certain scale, right? And we are sitting on capital. Right? If we don't take a risk now, then what else, would we do, right? So I think, and I would also kudos to our board, right? The set of investors that we had and the board that we had, right? I think there was no debate on this. I think everyone was also looking for some optimism, right? And in general, आप इतनी negative चीजें सुन रहे हो, right? उसमें कोई आके आपको जो है एक hope दिखा रहा है, saying कि यार मेरे को ये छोटी सी रोशनी दिख रही है, right? कि बहुत लोग आ रहे हैं वेबसाइट पे देखने, right? बहुत लोग जो हैं वो हमें दिख रहा है कि content consumption, हम Facebook से बात कर रहे हैं या Google से बात कर रहे हैं, they are saying searches are going up and all of that is going up, right? And इससे सस्ते CPMs हमने नहीं देखे. CPM like आप जितने की वो 1000 impression खरीदते हो वो cost, right? उससे सस्ते CPMs नहीं देखे. And these platforms are clearly telling us because nobody is bidding. And all brands have pulled down their marketing budgets because they don't know कि क्या बिकेगा क्या आएगा. Fill rates. The good thing was this happened in March and we were ready with our business plan for April. Right? हमने जो है 4 गुना growth का business plan बनाया हुआ था. और वो April से you have to new clock starts and you have to sort of start hitting. अभी हम मार्च में बैठे हुए हैं, अभी हमारा annual business plan board meeting हुई है. और the whole organization is kicked for April की was मतलब नया meter शुरू, right? नया quarter शुरू, नया पेलेंगे, नया साल शुरू. And like great start.
April to come in.
Great start is like something which, and that is a DNA which has been there. So we were ready with a lot of inventory. क्योंकि हम लोग तो वो के लिए रेडी थे, राइट? और उस टाइम के सेल्स नंबर से सोचो तो हमारे पास तो 9 महीने की इन्वेंटरी थी, गिर गया था, राइट? तो एनीवेज फ्रॉम इन्वेंटरी पर्सपेक्टिव वी वर नॉट वेल लिक्विडेटेड, क्योंकि माल तो पड़ा है, राइट? इट इज जस्ट अबाउट सेल्स, राइट? एंड आई थिंक दैट एटीट्यूड शिफ्ट, राइट, वाज अ परमानेंट वन, गेम चेंजर, राइट? 3 महीने में हम लोग जो फेब सेल्स था हमारा प्री कोविड, राइट, इन जून, राइट, वी डिड 3 times ऑफ दैट. So, मतलब 12.5 से 33 करोड़ during COVID,
wave 1,
peak of COVID, lockdown, first lockdown, no understanding of how it was being managed, and like it was crazy, and like those CACs वो तो कभी भगवान दिखाएगा कि मतलब दोबारा ना दिखा रहे, but इतने सस्ते CACs थे उस टाइम पे, right, that the risk that we were talking about to our board was कि यार at best it will be increased loss because inefficient होगा. हमारा थोड़ा लॉस इंक्रीज हो जाएगा, थोड़ा बर्न इंक्रीज हो जाएगा फॉर दोज 3 months. बिकॉज हम थर्ड मंथ में प्रॉफिटेबल थे. आई मीन दोनों महीने में प्रॉफिटेबल थे बिकॉज लाइक for our businesses, right, what are we finally doing, right? And this is I think a conversation you'll be able to very well relate with, right? We are finally building brands.
Correct.
And brands are built in the mind of a consumer.
Correct.
वो कब बिल्ड होगा? जब उसको पता चलेगा कि ब्रांड क्या है. ब्रांड अवेयरनेस, राइट? जब उसको पता चलेगा ब्रांड किस चीज़ के लिए स्टैंड करता है, ब्रांड का प्रोपोजिशन, राइट? और उसको जो है एक डिस्टिंक्टिवनेस ऑफ द ब्रांड समझ आ जाएगी, राइट? एंड हेंस कोई फैक्ट्री वाला मैन्युफैक्चरिंग में इन्वेस्ट करता है, राइट? कोई टेलीकॉम वाला टावर्स में इन्वेस्ट करता है, राइट? हम इसमें इन्वेस्ट करते हैं, ये ब्रांड स्ट्रक्चर्स बनाने में, ये डीएनए बनाने में, राइट? दिस इज आवर इन्वेस्टमेंट.
It's our meat and potatoes, absolutely.
And hundreds of years of FMCG company history has showed how amazingly it pays off.
Correct.
The brands that are built and then generate cash for decades to come. तो हमारा काम तो finally वही है.
वो flywheel बन जाता है.
Yeah, right. तो वो अगर, which is what we saw that time also, when like the marketing was clutter free and we had built it to a certain level, वो एकदम से धंधा ही profitable हो गया, and कोई वो भी. So I think that mindset changed during COVID, and you're right, a lot of it stays.
Yeah.
Because you operated in a certain manner during those times, and that success also, and the bold step that you took and you saw success, makes the organization bolder.
Agree.
कि अगर ये कर सकते हैं वैसे टाइम पे, तो कुछ भी कर सकते हैं.